Scoreboard doesn't show our effort. Scoreboard doesn't show the days where nothing happens, but yet we're still showing up. Okay. And it can get discouraging. Would you agree with that? Okay. Like there's moments you're like, man, am I ever going to win? Right? Anybody ever have a one step forward and 14 steps back? You ever feel like that? Right? Like, hey, man, I'm making ground, but yet I feel like I'm not actually getting anywhere. I can't see it. I can't see the results. Just remember the scoreboard lags and we just keep making the plays over and over again. Okay. Anybody else this morning before I dive in? Want to make sure I give you a shot.
Hey,
Going
Dusty, I'm going to give it a shot if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. Come on, Mario.
You got it. Well, it's been a little bit of a long ride for me so far while I was dealing with some personal issues, but it was almost like house hunters this weekend. I ended up showing a property. They said, we want to see two more. We showed two more and put an offer in real quick, got it accepted. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now I'm in the game.
Come on. That's what I'm talking about, Mario. Hey, how many of you know it just takes one? You know what I mean? Okay, here's what I know. When you and I get up every day and we do the things that we know we need to do and not be tied to the outcome of it, we just keep doing the things and we stay obedient to that, right? We know what works. I stay obedient to the mundane, to the boring, to the I got to make another one, I got to make another one. But when we get that one yes, it emboldens us to go do it again, does it not? Mario, you got amped up when that one said yes, right? So we've got to stay in the game long enough to be emboldened to get to the next part. And that's really what I'm talking to us about today is, hey, I want you to know I am just like you. I know sometimes people are like, man, that's the most optimistic dude I've ever met. Yes, and I still have moments of doubt that just hit me. How many of you have it? You have moments of doubt that just hit you? How many of you have moments fear just hits you? How about anxiety? Okay. Right? All of these things. Here's what I want you to know. All of those things are 100% normal, regardless of what business you're in. I mean, if you are breathing, you're going to have doubt. Okay. And you're going to have fear and you're going to have anxiousness and you're going to have worry. All of those things are part of humanity. What I want to coach us on today is how we actually tackle those things that come at us. Okay. You with me? All right. So here's the first thing I want you to write down. You've probably heard me say it before on a call, but today this entire call is about this, and that is this. You don't always get to choose your first thought. Okay? Write that down. You don't always get to choose your first thought. Anybody on the call ever been angry before? Okay? And you didn't even necessarily choose it, right, Dave? It just happened. Like somebody wronged me, and I feel it, and I feel like my head is going to blow off. Okay, you tracking with me on this? All right. That's normal. We can't always choose that first one that hits us like a wave. But I do get to choose my second thought. That's what I want you to hear today if you don't hear anything else. I don't always get to choose my first one. Fear may hit me out of nowhere. Worry may hit me out of nowhere. Anger may hit me out of nowhere. There may be good reason for all of it. You with me? But I don't have to sit there, okay? I don't have to crawl into the hole of despair or worry or anxiety because I get to choose my second thought, okay? Your life is not shaped by what pops into your mind. Your life is shaped by what you do with it, okay? Fill in the blank. Your business is not shaped by what pops into your mind. Your business is shaped by what you do with it. It's how we respond. All right. We don't always get to choose every single thing that happens to us, but I do get to choose how I respond. Okay. I do get to choose how I show up, how I continue to play the game. You with me? Okay. I don't know if you're watching the basketball Final Four. I had my Duke sweatshirt on yesterday. I want you to know that Duke lost in a nightmare. Like, oh my good. If you're a Duke fan, please join me in my pain, okay? They should have never in a million years lost that game. But a guy at the end, he had a quick moment where he just didn't think really well and he made a mistake. Okay? Turned over the ball. All he had to do was hold the ball. If he held the ball, they would have fouled him. We would have gone to the free throw line, and Duke would have won. Like it was the easiest thing on the planet. 10 seconds left. And he tried to do more than he even had to. But here's what I loved. When they interviewed him, do you know what he did? He just owned it. He said, "Man, I made a mistake." He just owned it. It's how he responded. Do you know what the coach said? This was even better. The
He
coach
said
got
he
on and
said
said,
he said they needed a Christian Laettner.
That's right. Yeah, they needed Christian Leitner. That would have done it, Juan. But the coach got on and he said, "Hey, let me tell you something. This isn't about one person. This isn't about one moment." He said, "We should have never been in that situation to begin with." You with me? It's like, think about all the thoughts that have got to be running. So it's not what happens, it's how you respond. Okay? And here's what I want us to do today. I want you to first off know this: a negative thought does not make you weak. Okay? It just doesn't. A negative thought makes you human, okay? A negative thought doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. But letting it lead you does make you weak. You tracking with me? I love you. But if you let that negative thought or that anger thought, if that becomes the leader for you, then you have not captured it. You're not controlling your mind. You're not controlling your actions. You're letting the feeling control you, and that is weak. What takes a lot of strength is being able to recognize the thought, hold it captive, and then reframe it to work for you. You with me? It's just owning it. All right. So, everybody has doubt. Everybody has fear. Everybody has security. Here's the difference: high performers don't let those thoughts take over. High performers hold them captive. They reframe them and they figure out, how am I going to make this work for me? All right. So you may be at a very low point today in your business. Maybe you're not on the leaderboard. Things aren't going your way. But here's what I want you to know: you can change the entire trajectory of your life and business by grabbing a hold and getting a hold of your mind and your thoughts. I promise you that's the way that it works. Okay? Because your actions actually come after your thoughts. All right? Everything starts with a thought. So here's what I want to do. I just want you to write down the word capture, CAPTURE. Okay? And I'm gonna help you capture your thoughts today. Okay? So today, when you have that negative one that hits you, or the fear comes over you, instead of letting it lead you, I want you to grab it. You tracking with me? I want you to grab it. All right. And that's literally what the C is. The C stands for, I want you to catch the thought before it starts to run you. But hey, before it comes out of your mouth. All right. Slow down now. Slow down. How many of you in your anger have said something that just did not, it just came out a little sideways? Anybody? Yeah. It's because we didn't catch it. Okay. All right. How many of you in frustration have said it? Or maybe you ever done the email thing? You ever done this? You ever typed it out and hit send way before you should have? Okay. Totally cool for you to type out the email, but for heaven's sake, don't put in where you're sending it to, and do not hit return. Okay? I want you to capture it, catch it. Okay? And when I catch it, I can do something about it. All right? Some negative thoughts you may be having is, this market's tough. I can't get anything done in this market. Okay? I'm behind. What I'm doing isn't working. I'm not good at this. I'm not cut out for this. Somebody else should be in this seat, not me. Okay? Maybe you're going back to the past and you're living there like, oh, no, 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 you shouldn't be where you are because look at what you did. Okay? I'm going to plead with you today to catch those thoughts. Don't let them lead you. Okay? The thought that you don't catch is the thought that controls you. So I want you to catch it today. You tracking with me? I actually want you to write it down. Like, I want you to put it on paper. Because what happens when we put it on paper is we start to see how absurd it actually is. Did you know a lot of your thoughts are really just absurd? Like, you're not even, you've created this story, and I want to help you unravel it and rewrite the story, but you can't do that if you don't catch it. Okay, you with me? All right, here's A. Acknowledge it without judgment. Okay? So don't fight it. Don't shame it, right? Don't beat yourself up because of the way that you're feeling. There's a purpose in the feeling. Okay? Just recognize it. Okay, here's the thought that just showed up inside of me. How many of you already did it today? It's Monday at 10:15 Central. How many of you have already had some of these thoughts? How many did anybody fire off an email? It's okay. It's okay. I've done it. I've done it. Okay. I want you just to acknowledge it. All right. By acknowledging it, it keeps you from spiraling. All right. And here's what I want you to do as you acknowledge it. All right. The P in this is pause. You've heard me coach you on this before, right? What does pause mean? Pause literally means I got to push the button. Okay. Another way that I say pause is I want you to capture it, and I want you to let it breathe for a little bit. Okay? And I want you to breathe for a little bit. Right? Do you remember being like a little kid and being terrified, like when you laid down at night, that there was something in your closet or somebody under your bed? Or do you remember this? Do you remember how it would freeze you? And I don't know about you, but I would freeze and hold my breath because I would be so scared. All right? When the best thing I can do in that moment is breathe. You with me? Like, just let it breathe. All right? That's what I mean by pause. Like, I'm not saying don't feel it. You have to feel it. In fact, I think you mess up if you don't feel it. I'm just saying don't jump when you feel it. Allow it to breathe. Catch your breath. Write it down. Okay? So before you react, okay? And again, I don't want you to react. I want you to respond. Those are two completely different things. Okay? Right here in the capture model, this is where the power is, right here. If you can get to this point, okay? If you can catch it, if you can acknowledge it, and you can pause long enough to breathe, all right? It'll keep you from sending the emotional text, from firing off the email, from spiraling into overthinking, from writing a story that's actually fictional. Okay, I'll say that again. From writing a story that's actually fictional, it's actually not even probably true. All right, this is where your power lives, right here in the pause, in the breath. All right. Then in the middle of that, instead of writing some story that's not true, I want you to do the T, which is just tell yourself the truth. Okay, tell yourself the truth. Like, just put it all down. And here's what I would do. Great exercise for all of you right here in this moment is pull out a piece of paper or your remarkable or whatever, or your notes on your phone. I want you to write down how you feel. Like, put it on paper. This is how I'm feeling. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. This is what I put it on the left side. This is what I feel. Then on the right side, I want you to tell yourself the truth. And I want you to write down what you know. Okay? Like, take the time to do this. Left side, how I feel. Right side, what I know. Okay? Debbie, the P is just pause. Let it breathe. Okay, now here's what I want you to do in this part right here. When you get to this part, this is where you replace the thought. Right here. This is where you don't go on what you feel, but you go on what you know. All right? Now, not with fake positivity. Okay? Hey, I have tendency to be so positive that I outrun the truth. Okay? You with me? Like, I'm over here in positive land, and my bride, I love this about my bride. My bride's like, "Hey, bro, reality's over here." Okay? Right? Like, I love your positivity. I love your optimism. But hey, my man, we actually have an issue. Because I'm not saying there's not an issue. I'm just saying we need to think about what we're going to do with it. Okay, you with me? Okay. I'm saying we gotta own our DNA in it. Do you have DNA in it? You need to ask yourself right here in the tell your truth in the tell your truth part. You need to ask yourself, what is my true DNA here? You need to ask yourself where, like, who all is involved? How did we get here, right? Like, just tell the truth, okay? Just tell the truth. So instead of saying something like, I'm behind, I think maybe we need to say something that says, I'm in a season where I need to be more focused. That's a different statement. You're not behind. You you just need to be more focused. We're just not doing the right things. That's the truth. Okay? Behind is negative. Okay? Saying that I'm in a season where I got to lean in more, that's positive. Okay? Instead of this isn't working, I think you got to say the words, hey, I just haven't been consistent long enough yet. I haven't been consistent long enough yet. Okay? It takes time. The scoreboard lags, right? All right. I want you to write this down. Feelings speak loud. Truth speaks accurate. Okay? Feelings speak loud. Truth speaks accurate. Does this help you? All right, here's the you. I want you to use it. I want you to use it as fuel. Okay? Like, don't waste the feeling. Just own it, honor it, make the adjustments. Okay? And then use it as fuel. Instead of letting the thoughts stop you, because that's what it did. Let me tell you what fear does. Fear stops you. That's what it does. It'll literally stop you in your tracks. Okay? It'll freeze you. Do you know what anger does? It clouds you. Clouds you. I can't even see because I'm like blinded by my anger and my frustration. You with me? So instead, I want you to use it as fuel. If you can take the time, okay, and catch it and work through it, then I guarantee you, you can use it as fuel. Okay? When you have doubt, use it to make sure that you know you need more preparation. Anytime that I have doubt or I feel nervous about something, it's telling me I didn't prepare enough. Okay? So people ask me all the time when I walk on stage, they're like, man, you get anxious, you get nervous? I'm like, no. Like, I'm ready. If I'm anxious or nervous, I, I'm probably not ready. I mean, like I'll have a moment of it, but then once I open my mouth and I start doing what I know I've prepared for, okay? Fear. Next time you feel fear, I want you to remember this. You need to take action. There's an action you're not taking. You need to identify it and take action. The number one way you get out of fear is you step forward. You step right into the middle of it. Okay? And if you feel pressure, I want you to turn that into focus. Okay, when you feel pressure, I want you to turn it into focus. That's what takes pressure away. When I can get fully focused and go, you know what? I feel this. I feel the pressure, and I'm going to use it to get really focused. I'm going to identify what I need to do to work through this pressure. Okay? Can I tell you in our humanity, most of the time we want to numb pressure or run from pressure. Okay? And it doesn't serve us well. Okay? Doesn't serve us well. So turn pressure into purpose. All right? Here's the R. Redirect. Okay? Redirect. If you go through the thought work to capture it, to acknowledge it, okay, to let it breathe, to do all of these things, none of that matters if you don't redirect and do something. Okay, we can't sit in it. So I'm not telling you to not send an email. I'm telling you to not send the first email that you type out. Okay, you with me? I'm telling you to, like, there needs to be a redirection. Okay, like that's true. There needs to be a redirection. There may need to be a restructure. Okay, there may need to be a full-on adjustment. But don't make all those moves out of your feelings. Make all of those moves out of purpose. Okay? Make all of those moves out of purpose. Yeah, Carol, the T was truth. Just tell yourself the truth. Okay? So, identify the action that's got to take place. Um, and here's where I want you to get as you redirect the action. I want you to ask yourself this question. Is what I'm about to do the best version of myself? Is the email I'm about to send, does this represent the best version of Dusty? Does the comment I'm about to make, does it represent the best version of Dusty? Is this massive adjustment that I'm about to put in play, does this represent the best of me? Have I thought all the way through this? Have I looked at my DNA? Do I know my purpose and the direction and the reason by which I'm about to do what I'm about to do? And when you know that, then you can send the email with full confidence. You can make the adjustment with full confidence. Okay? You don't have to apologize because it's not driven from emotion. Okay? It's driven from a place of no, I know for a fact I thought through this. Now, I just want to throw this in real quick. Okay? Um, I would also tell you, don't do this alone. Okay, that's not part of the whole capture model here, but like I'm just telling you, there is health and wise counsel. Okay. Do you know how many times I pick up the phone and call somebody and say, hey, I need to run something by you? Here's what's going on. Here's how I'm feeling. As I work through it, here's now what I believe I need to do. Can I get some? So like every one of you, you need at least one wise sage out in front of you. Somebody who's been there, they've done that. Okay. Run it by them. Talk it out loud. Okay. So find those people that can be that for you, like the people you see the fruit, like you see their fruit and you're like, I want to be like that. Okay. And run it by them. And then once you've done all of that, you do the E, and that is you execute the next step. You've earned it. Okay. You've thought through it. I love that. Nicole, she's got somebody. Okay. Execute the next step. All right. Make the call, have the hard conversation, send the email. Okay. Like this is how we do it. Okay. Um, we don't think our way into better results. We act our way into better results. But before I act, I got to think. All right. So what I want you to do is stop acting without thinking. Okay. Stop acting without thinking. And just one quick exercise for us to do. I just want you to write down one negative thought that you've had. Maybe you've had it today. Maybe you had it last week. I don't know, just one. It could be personal, business. I want you to write down one negative thought that you know that you've had or you have. Okay. And then I want you to ask yourself this question. What truth do I need to replace this thought with? Because I can guarantee you the negative thought is not 100% true. Okay. So what truth do I need to replace this negative thought with? And then the last thing I want you to write down is what's your action step? What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now to make sure that you have responded, not reacted? And here's my final thought for you. I want you to write down. Okay. I started the call by saying we don't always get to choose our first thought, but we do get to choose our second one. Okay. The first thought that you have is human. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just human. Okay. The second thought that you have is leadership. First thought may be anger. It's human. It's real. Okay. I'm not saying deny it, but the second thought, what you do with it, That's the measure of leadership. Okay, right there. Does this help you today? Somebody give me a takeaway or two before we jump off the call today. What's something you're taking away with you?
I got one.
Go for it,
Um,
Dylan.
so I came in a little bit late, so I didn't get to hear the whole thing. But one thing you said that stuck out to me was turn pressure into purpose. And I think it's really important to keep that in mind because um, we we pray for these things. We pray for patience. We pray for to get better, but we don't realize behind that prayer is the answer to that is going to be things that test our patience, to challenge us to make us better, and we need to find the purpose in that pressure that's being put on us day to day, whether that's in business, whether it's in our personal lives, and how much that can truly make us better, not only for ourselves, but better equipped to help others when they go through those hard things. So
That's right.
making pressure a purpose into pressure, or pressure into purposes, is really impacted me.
That's right. Come on, man. Well said, Dylan. Felicia, how about you?
I just love the that question of, hey, if what I'm about to do represent the best version of myself, like the thing that like, am I going to have to apologize for what I'm about to do later, right?
Right. Yeah. Am I going to need to send another email that says, I'm sorry I sent that one? Right. Hey, we've all been there. And I guarantee you, one of the most key questions you can ask yourself is what I'm doing or what I'm about to do, does this represent the best version of me? Okay. And if you don't know, pick up the phone and call somebody. Call somebody you trust who knows you, which, by the way, somebody who knows you enough and loves you enough that they'll tell you the truth, that they will say,
That's why
hey,
I call you so much, Dusty.
don't, that's right. That they'll say, hey, I love you. Don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. First thought is human. Second thought is leadership. You guys on this call, you're leaders. So go be that today. Okay. If you're part of our full court press, I'll see you here in about 30 minutes. But I love each and every single one of you. Thank you for being here every week. Keep helping us grow this call. Man, I want to see this call over 100 people. So just keep piling people in. Keep telling them about it. I love you guys. Bless you. Bye bye.